Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and this is the first video that I'm filming in 2026 so far. So we are in the second week of 2026, January 10th, and it's been a while since I filmed a video. So I think my last video to go up was on Christmas Eve, I think. And I filmed it obviously sometime before that. So I haven't filmed in a couple weeks, so I'm a little rusty. But yeah, if you can't hear it in my voice, I am at the very tail end of a very bad head cold. So I started feeling sick on New Year's Eve, and then luckily I was kind of home at that time anyway, so I just spent like a week in bed basically. And I think I drank so much tea that I gave myself an electrolyte imbalance. So if you also find yourself in that position, make sure that you take your liquid IV or whatever your supplement of choice is. But yeah, so like I said, I think I'm 85 to 95% better. But you know, obviously my voice, or I don't know, hopefully my nose doesn't start running. But anyway, it's been a rough start to 2026, I think, for everyone. You can see I have like my Valentine's Day pillows up, but I still have the Christmas tree up as well. So anyway, it's that weird time of year. So what I'm going to do today, so unfortunately, like I said, we are starting 2026 off on a bit of a weird note, just in general in the world, but I kind of wanted to leave as much negative, bad energy in 2025 as possible. So there was a reel I saw on Instagram where there was I think she's a comedian, but she's like a mom humor account kind of thing. And it was just the sort of thing where she was running around after Christmas and just trying to like declutter and like purge as much as possible and just asking like funny things like, you know, do you still want to hold on to your guinea pig kind of thing. In addition to cleaning out the fridge and whatever else. So that's kind of how I felt, and I'm in that mood to definitely declutter. And while I wasn't able to film, I did start like clearing out my closet and things like that. But anyway, I have like 2 grocery bags full of empties essentially. So I wanted to go through those. And the original idea behind this video when I was going to do it in December was kind of a naughty and nice, like Santa's naughty and nice lists. So tell you what I thought was a nice product that I finished that I would repurchase and reuse versus a naughty product that I don't want anything else to do with. So it's a bit late to do any kind of Christmas themed video at this point. So instead I'm going to do kind of the what I'm leaving in 2025 versus what I will carry forward into 2026. So I'm not going to like break them out as I kind of talk about them, but I will tell you for each item whether obviously I would repurchase or reuse it, or whether it's just an awful, no good product that belongs in the past. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will have timestamps down below. I did kind of organize things by general category, so I have hair care, skincare, and body care. So if you only really care about one of those, you can jump ahead. But yeah, that's going to be this video, and I will talk a little bit about what I plan to do coming up here at the end of the video. So let's start with hair care. So I don't have too many hair care empties because I did film one hair care empties video, I want to say in like September. So you know, you don't go through full bottles of shampoo and stuff that frequently, at least I don't. But yeah, let's go ahead and dig in here. So I'll try to kind of group things together and go in order as much as possible, and I'm trying to keep this a little bit more on the succinct side, although it's 5 minutes into the video and I've, you know, not even gotten to the point of the video. But anyway, I have a pack of Epres, which is the like bond repair product that I use. So these come in, you can see there's a few drops in there that I guess didn't make it into the other bottle that you fill up. So these are basically concentrated, and you dilute them with, I use distilled water just to keep it a little bit more sanitary, but you can use tap water, I think. So I have 2 bottles of those, and basically I just start off with my dry hair before I wash it, spray it through. You want to give it, I think, 10 minutes to do its thing. And then this is basically the Abby Young method you've probably heard about. And then I will go in with the OGX Coconut Miracle Oil. So this works a little bit better if you leave it in for longer than like 10-20 minutes, but still keeps the hair nice and hydrated. So there's that. For shampoo, so my kind of go-to non-clarifying shampoo is the Virtue Smooth shampoo. I find that it works really well on my dry, wavy hair. I have it up right now because we went to a movie earlier and it was raining, so whatever. I was also hot, so I just wanted to keep it up. But yeah, that's what I use for most washes. And it doesn't like strip my hair and that kind of thing. And if I do need to go in with a little bit more of a clarifying product, I like the Way Detox shampoo. So I don't know that you necessarily, I don't know that you necessarily need to pay for the Way Detox shampoo. I think Abby recommends some from Pantene, if I recall. But yeah, I like this, and it does take a while to get through because, like I said, I only use it every few washes, and I usually wash my hair, I mean, depending on what I'm doing. Like in the winter, I can stretch it a little bit longer, obviously. But yeah, every 2 to 3 days is what I kind of shoot for. So yeah, there's that. This product I did use up. So this is a conditioner. I might just tell you what I will probably not get in the future because, you know, everything else, if I use it up, you can probably assume I liked it well enough. So this is the Amika Mirabal High Shine Protect Antioxidant Conditioner. And this was okay. I got it as a set with the shampoo in this line from FabFitFun. I think I talked about the shampoo in my last Hair Empties because unfortunately that one was recalled, and so I submitted a form and I think I got a check from Amika even though I got it from FabFitFun. But anyway, so yeah, the shampoo is definitely a fail, but the conditioner, I don't tend to gravitate towards conditioners as products unless they come in a set with a shampoo, and then I try to use them up. But otherwise I go for a hair mask just because I like something a little bit richer and more hydrating. So yeah, I probably wouldn't get that. I won't hold it against that product that the shampoo version didn't work or had issues, but anyway. And then let's see, there's a little travel size of the detox shampoo I already talked about, and I would repurchase the detox shampoo, especially if it were on sale or something. But I have some kind of travel mini sizes of the detox shampoo, so I'm trying to kind of use some of that stock up so it doesn't go bad. And like I said, I only need a little bit kind of at a time. So yeah, there's that. Some hair masks in here. This one was just okay. I don't know if I got it in like an Ipsy bag or something. This is the Curlsmith Multitasking Conditioner. They say that you can use it as a leave-in cream, rinse out, or deep condition. So it was nice enough, but I think the scent of this just didn't really appeal to me. It had kind of a pineapple scent, so not anything like offensive, just not my favorite. But I was able to use it up. What else do we have in here? This was a sample, a rather generous deluxe sample, I think, from Sephora. This is the L'Oreal Vitamino Color Spectrum with ferulic acid and citric acid, which is kind of a weird thing to put in your hair. But yeah, this was okay. Didn't like wow me or anything, but I was able to use it up. And then I also have the Gloss Moderne Clean Luxury Hair Mask. This, if I recall, it smelled a bit off. I don't know if that was just because this one was a bit old or whatever, but yeah, wasn't totally in love with that. And then I also finished up a Briogeo Be Gentle, Be Kind, which is fine, perfectly lovely. The Olaplex Rich Hydration Mask, also nice. You can see I was traveling a little bit, so I used up some travel sizes. And then just a few more hair products here. So I did have a K18 in here, which is something you would use, I think, post-shampoo but pre-conditioner. So, like I said, I'm getting over a cold. So if you see my nose start to run a little bit. Yeah, this was nice just to have as kind of a basically one-use treatment. So sometimes I feel like I need a little bit more help than just a spray. So these are nice. So yeah, I like having it as an option, but it does get expensive, obviously. This was really nice. I just used this up. This is the Amika Smooth Over Frizz Fighting Treatment. And I feel like there's a hair. Yeah. Occupational hazard. So yes, this is really nice. It's kind of like a gloss. They say it's a 60-second at-home treatment. So you do it after you condition. So you squeeze out the excess water and then squirt this onto it and let it sit for a minute. And then it just helps your hair be especially shiny and that kind of thing. So I do really like this. I have a similar product from L'Oreal that I just took out of my kind of back stock. L'Oreal, like their drugstore line. And that one I saw, it says 5-minute mask, which is a little bit longer. You know, the price difference, this is 6.7 ounces, so I'm not sure what that goes for. But yeah, I do really like this. And I think Amika is now at Ulta, so maybe we'll see them pop up in like a 50% off sale or something. But yeah, I did enjoy that. I felt like the texture of it was, you can see it was kind of a squeezy nozzle type bottle. It was thick enough that it didn't just like run through your fingers or run through your hair, but it was still like really easy to distribute throughout the hair, so I did really like that. We have some styling products. So I used up a Way leave-in conditioner. This is my favorite leave-in product. And then there is this one from Pureology. I think this is Abby Young's favorite leave-in product, or one of hers anyway. This was fine. I was just trying to kind of hold over until I got the Way again, basically, or just use up products. It was fine. I think I just like the smell of the Way one. So that's one of the big selling points. Farewell Frizz, a little mini of this. I like to use this or something like it when I like dry my hair straight. So it's always nice to have for travel. And this was another travel product, the Color Wow 1-Minute Transformation Styling Cream. This is really good for when I put my hair up, either on first day, second day hair, it doesn't really matter. But it just helps to like smooth out kind of frizz and flyaways. So I have a full size, and I like having a travel size as well. I think they updated the packaging so that it's now like a flip cap as opposed to a screw off, which is nice. So anyway, that is it for my hair care empties. Let's talk about skincare. This is probably the heaviest bag for whatever reason. So, in, again, no particular order, the first product here, you can see I still have the box, and I think the actual product is in here. I didn't finish this. So this is the Fwall Daily Jelly Moisturizer. I think it's actually an Australian brand, yeah. Even though it has kind of Japanese styling, I guess. So I got this in my Beautylish Lucky Bag last year, and I did order a Lucky Bag for this year, so I will be getting that and unboxing it in a couple weeks probably. So there wasn't anything necessarily wrong with this, but I did see that they do have an expiration date. So that was the pump and the cap. It had like a screw off cap, and then this is the actual product. And there wasn't anything necessarily bad about it. You can see it expired in December 2025. I mean, you would like, I guess it has a cap like that. You would like your products, I guess, to have a little bit of a longer shelf life. I feel like it just wasn't anything special for me. Like, I have very dry skin. I can't tell if it's off or not, but yeah, I do appreciate it when Korean style products or Korean products have expiration dates. I just feel like it keeps me honest a little bit. So yeah, that wasn't a win when it comes to the Beautylish Lucky Bag, but like the clip I'm wearing was. in the Beautylish Lucky Bag. So I have found products that, I have been using or enjoyed, and part of the reason I do it is just kind of for the experience anyway. So I'll talk more about that, I guess, in that video. But yeah, that, since it expired and I don't really plan to use it anyway, I figured, just let it go. This was also something I pulled out of my skincare backstock. This is the lip and eye remover from Etude House. I think they might just be Etude now. But this one also has an expiration date, 2023 in December. And it's probably fine, but something going around your eye, you want to be careful. I could use this to remove swatches, but I figure, just try to not hoard things that are probably past their prime. Okay, so that's that. Speaking of removing swatches, I do have these Koki micellar cleansing wipes. I don't really use wipes anymore. I try to use like a makeup eraser, but I have that in here. I have some really old packets of the Ulta cotton applicators, which are good. I do still repurchase these, so that's what they look like, and they're just really helpful for like cleaning up little mistakes, mascara that you need to flick off or whatever. So yeah, these are really good. I also like to throw these into an Ulta order if I'm like a couple dollars short of some promotion or whatever. So yeah, those are good. I have these clean towels XL, and again, I took these for traveling mostly because I do have some of the Kleenex hand towels. They're a little bit softer than like normal paper towels, and for things that are messy or whatever, I just want to remove with that as opposed to like a makeup eraser. So when I travel, I like to have kind of a similar type product available, and these are really easy to travel with as well. So I picked those up. I got quite a few Shiseido facial cottons. So this is what I like to use to remove my eye makeup. And I try other products, but I do have quite sensitive eyes especially. So it's just worth it to me to get the Shiseido. I mean, it's like 10 to 15 bucks, I think, for a packet. So you get 165 sheets. So it does last if you're only using it for like makeup remover and that kind of thing. So it's worth it to me. Speaking of makeup remover, this is my favorite drugstore eye makeup remover, and just favorite in general, I guess. This is the CeraVe Comforting Eye Makeup Remover. I do wear waterproof mascara, which I'll talk about in a minute, and this does a great job of removing that. I just shake it up and dispense it onto the Shiseido cotton, hold it over my eye for a little bit, and then just kind of gently wipe everything away. So yeah, great product. Do enjoy that. Speaking of makeup, so I took another Shiseido cotton to kind of organize everything in here. So my mascara, which I have talked about many times before, this is what I use. It's the Tarte Light Camera Splashes Waterproof Mascara. I have 5 of these. Actually, I could probably pull another one off the floor down there because I just opened a new one. So yeah, I try to replace these every like 3 months or so. And I'm wearing it today. I just find that it gives me the effect on my lashes that I want. It's not too difficult to remove. It's not like the most waterproof mascara. And it wears well. So yeah, great mascara. I picked up a bunch of those when they were half off at Ulta during the, I think, Black Friday sale. So for my lower lashes, if I do use lower lash mascara, the Clinique Bottom Lash is great. I think this is a tubing formula, and it just has a really tiny little wand that's just really easy to kind of get in there. So I did use a fresh one today, so get rid of those. I pulled this out, so it's kind of a declutter more so than anything. This is the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer in the shade Meringue 02. So as best I can tell, they have discontinued this product. It was in my, not like my easy reach makeup, it was in my like kind of backstock, kind of archives, if you will. So yeah, I just got rid of it to make room. I wasn't using it, so there's no point in that. The Charlotte Tilbury corrector. So this one, it just got to the point where it was getting a little bit ridiculous. Like I tried to kind of get as much out of it and even took my spatula, but it was just getting kind of dried out. So I consider that fully done. And I do really like this product. The biggest trouble I had was just that the travel size powder was the same component, so it would just get a little bit confusing if I was traveling with both of them. Lately, I have been using the Sigma light to medium color correcting duo, and I have definitely hit pan. So I use a corrector whenever I wear concealer. It just helps a whole lot with my under eyes. So I don't know. I think I like the component of this one better. It's magnetic and it is a bigger mirror and all that. Not that I necessarily use the mirror every day, but yeah, so Sigma is great. It's probably more affordable. You get 2 shades in it. I think I still have another one of the Charlotte Tilbury hanging around here somewhere. So anyway, speaking of Charlotte Tilbury, so I do have the airbrush powder. Things are getting a little dusty in here. So again, I feel like I used as much of this as I could without it just getting totally ridiculous. So this was the component that did not have a removable pan. So I do have the current one that I have, and also the pink powder in this little palette that I got many moons ago from Sephora. So yeah, still do really like that powder. I'm a little bummed that it doesn't look like she's releasing the new fair shade anytime soon in the US. So I would probably just purchase, obviously, the pan in the future. So for brow gel, so I do have an empty of the Rare Beauty brow gel, which I really do enjoy. I used the Thrive one today, which is probably getting to the end of its lifespan as well. But I did pick up a little set they had that went on sale around the holidays. So I do have a fresh one of these that I'll, pull out at some point. For some other kind of just utilities, I have a Beauty Blender soap. I really do like their soap for cleaning my brushes. So yeah, I got that. And then I don't even know anything about this brand. It's probably in an Ipsy or something. But this is the Marcel micellar water. And yeah, I would just kind of have it out here. I don't use micellar water that often, but it's nice for, like today, I actually started doing a different eye look and I changed my mind about what I wanted to do. So I removed it and kind of started over. So having it on hand is good for that. Currently I have this little one from Garnier. So I'm not too particular about micellar water, so that's good enough. Also had this one from Urban Hydration. So yeah, finished that as well. Let's see. I have some of the Bausch & Lomb Lumify eye drops. And I put these in with the cosmetic items because I do consider this a cosmetic treatment. I would not use this to remedy dry eyes or to use it often. I kind of use it when either I'm filming and I want my eyes to be nice and bright, or I just feel like I really need it, basically. So yeah, it is an FSA reimbursable item because it's just an eye drop, I guess, but yeah, use it with caution. And then I have the empty Shiseido bag here. All right, I am going to need to speed up a little bit. So this really old, disgusting Julep Love Your Bare Face Cleansing Oil. This is what I would use many moons ago, I think, when Julep still had like a nail polish subscription. Now I would probably not use this. It has, I think, some essential oils and things in it, but I was able to use it. In fact, I think I might have used this up by throwing it in my bath. So I did that. This is the Prequel Pre-Cleanse Cleansing Oil, which is a fine product. It's not something I would rush out to repurchase, even though I do like a lot of Prequel products you've probably heard me talk about. So this was fine. I think I do prefer something a little bit thicker, kind of more like a balm texture now, like a squeezy tube balm. So that's just kind of my preference now, because I find that cleansing oils can get just a little bit messy. They're harder to control. So that's just kind of my preference. I do have the Lisa Eldridge Skin Enhancing Treatment Cleanser, which again is fine. I probably, especially at this price point, would not repurchase. I do prefer the one from Jordan Samuels to this, so that is what I'm currently using, but you know, if I get samples or that kind of thing, I would definitely use it, but yeah, not my favorite. Ren. So Ren has been discontinued. This was one of the original clean beauty brands, and again, I don't even know when I got this, probably in a subscription box. Was still in the packaging and everything, so yeah, never got around to using it, but there's no point in me trying to use it now, and it's probably expired, so say goodbye to Ren. I also have their Brightening Dark Circle Eye Cream, which I will be getting rid of, and I think I might have a body care product from them as well. Some other products that are just expired, the Prequel Skin Utility Balm. It's nice to have these on hand. This expired in August of 2025. Okay, so that is that texture. They have a few different ones, and I can't always remember which is which. But yeah, Prequel, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a dermatologist-founded brand that has a lot of products that are like fragrance-free, so good for sensitive skin. Again, I don't like every single product that they've made. Some are just not suitable for my skin type, but I do enjoy a lot of them. Cleanser here. I have the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. This was a big guy. This took a while to get through. And it does have some fragrance, but it didn't irritate my skin. I think it just has some like Rosa Damascena flower water is the main thing. So that's not something I get too bent out of shape about. So yeah, use that. That was my second cleanse. And I also have a little mini. Again, not something I'd probably, as I was saying, if one of them kind of fell into my lap, there's another one here, I would probably use it if I needed a cleanser, but it's not like something I definitely need now. So this is another Prequel Skin Utility Ointment. This expired in December of 24. And again, I always appreciate it when brands have, I think this is the more petroleum-based one. So yeah, so these are great to have on hand if you have any little skin issues you need to kind of take care of. Like I have a little bit of eczema on my eyelid right now, and I get it around my mouth as well. But yeah, if it's expired, it's just not worth risking. So also from Prequel, I have their hypochlorous acid spray. So this is the Universal Skin Solution Dermal Spray for face and body. This is the full size, and this is the mini. I will say for me, the mini, it just feels a little bit bulky to travel with. So, you know, there are other travel size sprays that I would probably go for over this. The good thing about these is that you can screw off the cap and refill them, which I have done. But yeah, the hypochlorous acid is great. I did find, however, the Magic Molecule skin spray, which is also hypochlorous acid. And this is also 2 ounce, but I don't know, for some reason, maybe they're basically the same size. I know the Tower 28 one I think is 1 ounce, so if you only need something for a few days, that's a better option. And I have a couple of these. I think I'm almost done with another one of this size in my bathroom right now. And I did get some of the large sizes from the FSA store, which was great because I could use up my FSA dollars, although you end up spending more probably than just finding this on sale. I think FabFitFun does have the larger size on subscription, which for like $8 or so. So that might be a good way to go about it as well. But yeah, I do like starting off my skincare with a hypochlorous acid. Another Ren product here. This was the Express Makeup Remover. Never used that. Large size of the Julep Love Your Bare Face. This is another skin utility ointment. Also expired in 12/24. I think this was, yeah, this is also the like Vaseline type one. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. I kind of decluttered my skincare stash a little bit. This was the Tower 28 SOS Intensive Rescue Serum, which is a hypochlorous acid based serum. And it's okay. It's not something I feel like I need. Fur has a hypochlorous acid product that is a little bit, that's thicker than like a spray, obviously. So if you find it, I don't know, hard to control a spray, or you just want to kind of target some more specific areas, a product like this can be really nice. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it's a necessary step in my routine currently. Let's see. This is the Hyaluron Skin Essence. I probably would not get this again. This is from Handskin. And part of it is just because my preferences have changed. I think this was a pretty like thin hyaluronic acid based essence, which in itself is not a bad thing. It's just I think I prefer something a little bit richer, kind of like a milky toner. And I will go in with a hydrating serum that may or may not have hyaluronic acid, but yeah, probably would skip on that. Okay, so this is a kind of midi size, I guess you would say, of the Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. This is the 0.5 ounce size. These are really great for travel because they do twist like so. So they're not going to like leak on you or open accidentally. They are a little bulky, but you know, forgive it. So I think I said in a Black Friday haul that I did get a kit on sale that had this again because the prequel multi-quench serum that I like is in a glass bottle, and this is just a little bit more travel friendly. So this is hyaluronic acid based as opposed to polyglutamic acid. It does contain a little bit of niacinamide, which I am sensitive to, but it's pretty far down, I think, on the ingredient list, and I haven't found that it irritates me. Yeah, I do like this, and I did see that the full size will be an option in the upcoming spring FabFitFun box. So if you like this product, make sure to stay tuned for my What Will I Choose series that I will hopefully film on Monday, maybe. I also have the C Tango eye cream, which I also enjoyed, vitamin C eye cream. I think this is the full size, even though it's the same component size, because eye creams typically are half an ounce. So this will not be included as an option, at least to my knowledge, in the FabFitFun box, but they do have the ceramide eye cream, which I have tried before and do enjoy. So I probably will pick that one up. But yeah, this is a nice eye cream. The Good Molecules Hyaluronic Acid Serum, pretty basic, inexpensive hyaluronic acid serum. This is an ounce. So yeah, nice staple to add in if you just want a basic hyaluronic acid serum. I have another mini of Love Your Bare Face, which I'm going to quickly get rid of because it's gross. Speaking of products that kind of twist or pump up, I guess, I have tried the Lion Pose Pep Talk Biopeptide Barrier Cream. So you see it has that same kind of top as some of the Drunk Elephant creams, which again I will talk about in my FabFitFun video. And I really enjoy this. So I think I've gotten 3 of these now. So I have one currently in my bathroom. This one is empty. And I think I have one more to use. So I got all 3 from the GMA Deals site. So they were, I think, half off or whatever. But yeah, nice, kind of sleek, attractive packaging. Keeps things nice and hygienic, and you don't have to like dig into a pot. So I like that, and I also thought it was pretty nice on my dry skin. So did enjoy this. I mean, the only bad thing about a pump like this is that you don't necessarily know how close you are to the end. But yeah, that is a nice product. Also, another purple jar here. This is the Kate Somerville Delicate Recovery Cream, which was also a nice hydrating, I think this is a glass jar, a nice hydrating, rich moisturizer for dry skin. So I do like this as well. It's just, for the price, I don't know if I would say it's worth it, but yeah, it's a nice one. Also finished up the Biossance Squalane and Ectowin Overnight Rescue. This one is also a nice moisturizer. You can see I finished this one up. Yeah, it just, I have so many moisturizers right now that I don't feel like I need to reach for a new one anytime soon, but obviously I did use that up. The Murad Hydro Dynamic Ultimate Moisture. Right now I'm using, like at night especially, the Rhode Blazing, whatever the rich moisturizer is. I forget the name of it, but yeah, that's what I'm using at night. Also, use this one up. I feel like I just need a lot for my skin, especially now. I am contemplating bringing in a travel humidifier to my office. So like I said, I'm getting over a cold, so I just feel like I need it. Okay, so more hydration. This is the Prequel Multi-Quench Serum, like I mentioned. You can see it's in the glass bottle. Really attractive, nice packaging. It's just, again, because it's glass, it's a little bit heavy. So this is a nice hyaluronic acid alternative if you want to go that route. So yeah, do you like this? I think I got it as a gift with purchase from a Prequel order, again, around Black Friday. So I'm not using it currently, but I do have one in my back stock. The Paula's Choice Advanced Replenishing Toner. So I went through many a bottle of this. I have, I think, kind of upgraded a little bit. You know, my skin just obviously continues to get drier as I get older. So maybe 10 years ago, I was using this more regularly. I think this is a product that Selena Gomez likes, or so I've heard. But yeah, from Paula's Choice, I do prefer their toner in the green bottle, which I don't know if I have one in here. But yeah, I do prefer that one. Otherwise, the Red Glazing Milk is probably my favorite. Right now I'm using up the Prequel. So yeah, probably would not repurchase that. For kind of treatment, so I have 2 of the Script, I guess I'll call it, like azelaic acid serums or products. So it's really more of a cream. And this is a compounded product. So you do need a prescription for this. It's just like a telehealth online pharmacy type thing. And one of the founders of this company is one of the doctors from, I'll put up their channel name. I forget what it is. But the other one has the skincare brand Remedy. And the other one has this kind of telehealth online pharmacy business. So this is a azelaic acid. So it's a treatment for rosacea. And it's compounded with ivermectin. So you apply it topically for what it's worth. And there's some other ingredient they put in there to kind of reduce redness. I'll try to link a video where the doctor who founded this, talks about different types of rosacea and the best ways of treating them, because I think it's really helpful and really instructive. So my type of rosacea, I get redness, but I also just get kind of more the almost like acne form of rosacea. So this really helps. I will say though, if I had to kind of put one in the good bin and one in the bad bin, I think the first one I ever got, I don't think it was like mixed as well as it could have been. Like it felt a little kind of grainy. The other 2 I've gotten since then have not had that issue. So I think it was probably just a one-off kind of manufacturing issue. But yeah, these are great if you do have rosacea. I think they have a 15% azelaic acid, and the maximum that you can put into an over-the-counter product is 10%. So that will get you a little bit of a higher percentage. My go-to like over-the-counter azelaic acid is the Paula's Choice Boost, 10% azelaic acid booster. This also has licorice and salicylic acid, and I do like that it does have a little bit of salicylic acid. I think it's like 0.5%, so it's not like terrible, or strong rather. I like salicylic acid personally, so I sometimes use it separately, but yeah, this is a really nice product. Very cosmetically elegant. I've gone through many of these in the past. I know there are some new products I've seen launch. I think, is it Dr. Idris? I think she has launched one recently. So yeah, there are some other products that I have not tried that do have azelaic acid, but I do really like that one. Let's see. Oh, and this was what I was using before the Script Derm. So I had this from like last year or whatever. This is what like just the, prescription version of pure azelaic acid looks like, 15%. So finished that, and this was what the pure ivermectin cream looks like, 1%. I do know in that video that he said that, I don't think I'm going to get to the body care empties today, unfortunately, that if you are not able to get a prescription, like my insurance last year, I switched policies, but the insurance I had last year would not cover a prescription for ivermectin because it's like an expensive product, basically. And it was a crappy insurance plan that I had last year, but we're on to bigger and better things in 2026, right? So yeah, so they would not cover this, which is why I kind of switched to Script Derm, and it's also, I think, just a little bit more convenient to have it in kind of the pump bottle and have everything mixed together. But yeah, if you are not able to get ivermectin, I'm not talking about horse dewormers here. The doctor, like I said, I think he said there's a over-the-counter product. I don't know if it's for lice, maybe. It's like 0.5% ivermectin, so it may be worth trying that out if you don't have any other options, but you know, obviously do your own research. Another tube of azelaic acid. Okay, so let's talk about, oh, here's a mini of the glazing milk, travel size again. This is very cumbersome. I talked in a Sephora haul video that I was able to get like a deluxe size of the glazing milk. So that makes it a little bit easier, although I do love this product. We have a Good Molecules Wake Up Eye Gel. This is a really nice and affordable, I keep saying inaffordable, that's not a word. It's a nice, inexpensive, lightweight eye cream, eye gel. Has some caffeine in it. So if you don't want to break the bank with your skincare, Good Molecules is a good place to look. All right, so I'll talk about some SPF. So this I would put in the kind of fail category, I guess. This also expired. So this is the Rose Inc. Solar Power Luminous SPF 30 Serum, 1 fluid ounce. It says it expired in 10/24, so October of 24. And I had purchased it, I think, after that because I was trying to use up FSA dollars in 24. And I ordered it directly from the Rose Inc. website. And when I got the products in and I noticed the expiration date, I reached out to them and they said, oh, well, you know, it's not actually expired. Like, I think it was a printing error possibly or a manufacturing issue. It was not like actually expired. So they said it expired, I think, sometime in 2025. I don't know if it was December or whatever, but yeah, so that's not great. And they did give me several different options. They said they could either like refund me or send me replacement products, which I think had the same date on them. So I ended up, I think, getting replacement products. And basically this is SPF 30. So I like this as kind of a nice hydrating layer, kind of a, you know, luminous base almost. I'll just put some on the back of my hand. I am not convinced that a product like this, especially the way that you're likely to apply it, would give you adequate SPF coverage. So there's that. But if you take it at face value, like it was a really nice SPF option. And if you have dry skin and you want like that kind of hydration. So it is now, I think, definitely expired. So I have this one, it's still in the box. This one still in the box. Like I said, I think they just resent me. Yeah, trying to turn a new leaf and not holding on to things that are kind of expired, especially if they say so on their face, right? So I did finish this. This is the Kapari Marine Clean Purifying Gel Cleanser, 5 fluid ounce. So I got this, I think, in a FabFitFun box, and I used it as my second cleanse. And it was fine. I probably wouldn't, you know, go out of my way to get it again, but, you know, I used it up. It's fine. Another hyaluronic acid. This is, I think, also from FabFitFun, the Nip and Fab Hyaluronic Fix Extreme 4 Concentrate. Again, it was fine. Oh, another, they had minis of the Rose Inc. as well. This one says also expired in 10/24. So, yeah, nice for travel. But yeah, I'm definitely not 100% sure that it would give you that protection. This was also an SPF. It expired in 09/25, so not too bad, but you can see it's still in the shrink wrap. And again, I got this as kind of a good travel option because it's in a stick. But I've seen basically some videos that say you're probably not applying enough of a stick formula to get the SPF coverage. So it's probably, you know, it's a good option if you don't have a better option, but it's still not kind of the best way to protect your skin. Just thought I would kind of show you the texture and actually take the plastic off. But yeah, it's just like a kind of deodorant stick style. You've seen these before. This one has an interesting color to it. But yeah, don't want to mess around with that, even though we're in winter. And this I have from Paula's Choice. This expired, when did you expire? in May. So I did enjoy this. I even have a little mini. I think this is the same one. Yeah. This expired in June. So it's a good product. I think for me, the issue is just that it's just a tad dark. I think it would leave a little bit of a cast on me. I mean, I used up a good bit of it, but I just got to the point where I was like, I'm just going to move on to something else. So it's not too far off, but depending on how pale I am at any given time, it's expired now, so it's kind of a moot point. I have the Glow Recipe Dark Spot Serum, Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum, and I talked about this in my unboxing of the first FabFitFun beauty box, if you want to check that out. And basically, I got this one in the original kind of full-size beauty box, and then I got another one in the monthly beauty box they just launched. It is the same batch code because I have the boxes from both of them. I could check that. And I did use this up, and I'm using the other one now. I don't know that I would rush out to repurchase. I probably wouldn't. It just, it's kind of an extra step that I can incorporate, but I feel like it's not a necessity. And this product in particular is not necessarily crucial to me either. So yeah, that one is done. Another SPF in here. This is the Kosas Dream Beam. This expired in August of 2024. I do have a mini, I think that expires this month, that I'm just kind of holding on to for some reason, but this is a mineral sunscreen, but it does have, I think it's phenethyl alcohol. It has kind of a rose scent, like if you've ever noticed certain Kosas products in particular have that kind of floral scent to them. I think they're using that ingredient as a preservative, but it does have a tendency to irritate my eyes, if nothing else, and just make my eyes water. So like their concealers, they put it in their eyeshadow. So yeah, so not a fan of that. I have kind of a mixed record, I guess, with Kosas generally. I am still curious to try their highlighter though. I don't think it has that preservative. It's like a different formulation, but we'll see. Maybe when it goes on sale. Also had another mini of the Rose Ink. Same expiration date for what it's worth. This was, I think, the original packaging of the Tatcha Silk Sunscreen, which I think is probably expired. The one I have now, I'm pretty sure is expired as well. So you can see they did change the packaging. They also changed the packaging of the full size. The cap on this still, I kept it in my purse because at the time, I don't know, I was running around outside and it was hot. This cap still kind of came off in my purse though, so I didn't love that. Luckily it didn't like squirt out or whatever. I'm not sure when this expires. I might still toss it. It is a nice sunscreen if you are not sensitive to niacinamide. I don't know that I ever noticed any irritation from niacinamide. Like if niacinamide is the like second ingredient and it became such a big thing for a while for brands to just like, make niacinamide the big selling point, so they would like really pump it full. So yeah, when it's kind of a more balanced formulation, I don't know that I notice any issues, but this product did go on sale for half off during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I was going to get it, and then I looked at it again and looked at the ingredients, and I was like, you know what? I have some other sunscreens. I'll just go ahead and show you. So these are the ones that I'm currently working on. I just got another one of these. This is the Ulta MD UV Skin Recovery SPF 50. This is a mineral sunscreen. All sunscreens I buy are pretty much mineral. So this is nice. It's a slightly thicker option, but I do have a backup of this one. And then this is a product that will be in the FabFitFun box as well. This is only SPF 30, but it is a nice, like very thin formula. So if I don't feel like I need the most SPF protection, then this can be a nice option as well. I think both of these sit pretty well under makeup, and they're both pretty travel friendly as well. So if you're curious about what I am currently using, I have a SPF from Bliss. I got a little sample of this, expired in January of last year, so that's going. The Kate Somerville Delicate Soothing Cleanser, just had a little travel size of this one. This is a nice kind of creamy cleanser that, you know, I used to go through a lot of. Now I've kind of switched over to the Prequel Cleanser, so I can get rid of that. This is the Bio Effect EGF Eye Serum, Age Defying Eye Serum. And this is expired, I think, but I did use it up. So this is a product that I think is supposed to try to help like lift your eyelids and that kind of thing. I didn't notice any difference from this, so I don't think it's worth the money. Another little Ren Mini I'm gonna get rid of. A couple Drunk Elephant lip balms. I currently have one of these on my desk because it came with that hyaluronic acid serum that I mentioned. And yeah, it's just like a basic lip balm. I know some people don't love it, but it's just nice and it doesn't like tip over because it's so like short and fat. So I like that for just kind of easy. It's clear, so I don't have to worry about that. Also from Tall's Choice here, I have the Hyaluronic Acid and Peptide Lip Booster with squalane. And this is nice. I would keep it in my bathroom to kind of apply after I brush my teeth. And I like this one in particular because it has a metal applicator, so it's just kind of a clear lip balm, nothing too fancy. I moved my old, I think, Edam butter mochi into my bathroom now, so that's, I think, what I'm going to be using up next. Also have the Sarah Creole. I did repurchase this. I liked, I don't know, just having it by my bedside, and it's very kind of satisfying and luxe feeling. But now having it a second time, I don't know that I would necessarily repurchase it. I don't know if it's worth that expense. So I don't know. It's nice, but I wouldn't worry too much if you don't want to spend the money on it. The Naturium lip balm is nice. I also have that one by my bedside. I also have just like a jar of Aquaphor, I think, so there's that. Dermalect, they sent me this, I think, and it's nice. It did come with like a little spatula to apply it, and I told them that it would be nice to have a component where the spatula, like, you know, was attached, because otherwise, if it's just floating around, like, I'm gonna lose track of it. I think this one just kind of went off. Like, I used a good bit of it, but I didn't use it up. So yeah, not my favorite. I do like that it's so big though, because otherwise things can kind of get lost and whatever, fall off my nightstand. Almost done here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do the other stuff separately. This was a really old lip oil that looks really disgusting. I think I got this in an Ipsy bag and I would use it as like a makeup prep step. I think this is from like one of the Housewives or something. I don't watch the Housewives, but I think it was her brand. It was a nice lip oil. So I definitely used it up and enjoyed it. I have the Korres Foaming Cream Cleanser. It's maybe not the absolute best for my dry skin, but you know, it's fine enough. And I used it up as a second cleanse, especially to remove makeup. This was a fail. This was the Peace Out Retinol Eye Stick, and it just like completely kind of came apart. So I never really used this, so that was a fail. The Indigo Cleansing Balm, I guess I used up. I don't have strong thoughts, on this product. I do like their overnight repair cream and serum, or whatever it's called, serum and cream. I really do like that product. A lot of Tatcha skincare is scented, so I have to be careful, but yeah, this was fine for like a little travel size. Also a little mini of the Drunk Elephant Bora Barrier Repair Cream, which is, I think, a nice product. I would have to do kind of a side-by-side comparison of this and like the Lala Retro to tell you which one I like better. But yeah, it was nice. A couple eye creams here. I think this one maybe went off. I mean, I used most of it. The Algenist Complete Eye Renewal Balm, I definitely went through a phase where I was using that pretty regularly. And then the Perricone MD Cold Plasma Plus Eye Cream, I think I used this one up. Yeah, so I got this in a FabFitFun, and I don't put a lot of like stock or faith in the powers of an eye cream. I just want to keep my skin hydrated and avoid any eczema really, is what I'm looking for. So that was fine. I think I'm currently working on another Haircare MD eye cream that I got from FabFitFun. But yeah, I probably will get the Drunk Elephant one. The City Beauty lid lifting treatment, I don't think this did much. I don't know. I'm not using it currently, and I, like I said, have to be really careful about causing any irritation. Some hydrating serums, little ones from First Aid Beauty. Yeah, these are both hydrating serum. So these were just good for travel, because like I said, I don't always have those types of products in travel size, so I used it up. Another cleanser, which is okay. Again, it's a little bit stripping for me, but I would use it as a second cleanse, and it works well with the Foreo. Another hydrating serum, and a few more products here, and then I'll call it a night. So the Peach and Lily Barrier Restore Serum with ceramizing calcium. It was fine. Like I said, I like having a hydrating serum step, but this isn't anything I felt like I necessarily had to use. I think I got this in as a gift from Ulta kind of thing, like a diamond rewards day or whatever. And yeah, I kept the box. You can see the lettering is starting to kind of wear off. So yeah, it was fine. Had ceramides. Alrighty, so just a few more random things here. I think this product has been discontinued, but these are those blemish patches that have the little spikes to kind of really get in there. For whatever reason, Dr. Jar, I think, has discontinued those. These do have expiration dates. This expired in 2023, so they were all individually wrapped in there. So there's that. And yeah, Zit Sticka had their own version. The Killa Deep Access Patch, which were fine. We also had some normal, I think these are just, with niacinamide, hydrocolloid patches. So I think my favorite still are the Peace Out. These do contain, I think, salicylic acid and retinol. So they really do help with the kind of skin turnover and getting everything out of there. So yeah, they come in these individual packets with 10 on a sheet inside this larger box. So yeah, these are the ones I usually go for. Another little Prequel Skin Utility Ointment. They were doing these little gifts for a while, which is kind of nice for travel, airplanes, whatever. But this also expired in 2025 in May, so I'm gonna get rid of that. These expired, when did you expire? In August of 25, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I did unfortunately not use these. They do have some fragrance, so there's that. But other than that, I think they were okay. These are the hyaluronic acid intensive repairing biodegradable masks. If you want a good face mask, I think I tried some from Patchology recently that are nice. This one I didn't think was necessarily all that exciting. The Cryo Rubber Moisture Mask from Dr. Jart wouldn't be my first choice. I feel like it's kind of expensive for what it is. And yeah, I got this from FabFitFun as a choice. But anyway, so that's the first empties of the year. I need to do these a little bit more often just to not have such long empties videos. Of course, let me know down below if you have any preferences when it comes to how I do these videos or how frequently I do them. I know some people love empties and some people don't, so it's just that kind of thing. But yeah, as far as what's coming up here, I am behind, obviously. So I am going to do the What Will I Choose series for FabFitFun starting this coming week because they are starting to spoil whole categories starting on Monday. So I usually do that in 2 parts. So there's going to be some FabFitFun content with that. And then I have some other videos. I still need to film my Pantone video. I have an e.l.f. video. I want to do a lot of the Chanel Rouge Noir products I picked up. I'm wearing the blush palette tonight. But yeah, I want to do a whole video on that and kind of talk more about the history of Rouge Noir and why it's so coveted right now, or everyone's just losing their mind over it. So anyway, hopefully hopefully I will be able to kind of start turning out some content. It's just taken me a while to kind of get to a point where I felt like I had both the voice and the energy, and like just the time, because even this past week was the first week I was back in the office, so to speak. And I think I still took Monday off as a sick day just because I needed one more day at home, with my humidifier and my tea. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well and you're having a better start to 2026, than a lot of people. But we will get through it. Just give your loved ones a hug and do something that brings you joy. I watched a lot of British detective shows, binged those while I was sick, so I could probably do like a Harlan Coben, I think is the author's name. I could probably do like a bingo card of like the tropes that he uses. We just saw Song Sung Blue with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson this afternoon. I think my husband and I were probably the youngest people in the audience by like 20 years. But it was a great film. I think we both enjoyed it. So it has some tragedies in it, but it's also just kind of uplifting in the same way. So just find the things that bring you joy. Makeup, obviously, is one of those. But anyway, I don't want to get too morose here. So I love you guys. I hope you're doing well and staying safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.